We're going to start out by just making a new Illustrator document. So File, New. Let's just make it a standard 8.5 by 11. Make sure that units is checked for inches. You're not creating a document that's tiny points. Let's title it Your Name _ because it's not a good idea to have spaces in a file name. Exercises 2. Say OK. So I'm going to go through some basic text functions. Let's find the T tool, the text tool. When I do a single click and type a word, oops, I could sit and, if I have my character palette open, which by the way, if you want your character palette, you go to Window, Type, Character, make sure it's checked. Character will allow you to change the font, the size, the spacing, and all of that. I could sit and do this all day to get it to the right size, or I could just take my black arrow and grab a corner, hold the Shift key, and just scale it up, okay? The difference between that and a text box, if I take the T tool and I click and drag instead of just a single click, it is now all in a text box. So when I scale it, it doesn't scale the text, it scales the text box. A text box is good for when you have a large amount of text that needs to fit in a certain space. You can constrain where that text goes. I'm going to show you something as I type. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. If I click the text box and I can continue typing in this text box, you can see that it just fits in there, right? Now, if I take the Move tool and I change the size of it, see how it shifts the text around? Now notice the little red plus sign? That means there's more text that's not fitting in this text box. So you have a couple of options. You can make the text box bigger. Sometimes you won't be able to do that because you have a certain space to work with, or you can make the text smaller. Highlight it, change the size of it through the character palette. Okay. You can do a simple rotation, just like we did with the black square problem. Come out to the corner, and when you see it curve, you can rotate it. Okay. That's it for some basic text functions.